Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And what you're seeing on screen is something that Terrell, or also known as Mobile Master Tech, shared with me. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description and to his X so you guys could check him out. So, has T-Mobile figured it out, right? And I don't think T-Mobile is entirely perfect, 100%, but I think they understand the market better. They understand the average consumer better, and they move as they do understand them better, right? That's why you're seeing the marketing, the way that they market, and T-Mobile clearly understands that their network is better today, and the network is going to get better in the future. Not only from a capacity standpoint, but also the scalability. That's something that they gained with the Sprint merger. So they continue scaling the network to touch even the smallest communities in the United States, right? And they call that small market rural areas. Now, what you're seeing here on screen is a local credit union that the credit union members that are local can switch to T-Mobile. And usually these credit unions, right, locally, those are tight-knit communities. They probably have a lot of customers that use the bank, and T-Mobile is trying to capitalize on that. I'll about to say that right, V-Star Credit Union members can now get $50 for every new qualifying line when you switch to T-Mobile. Plus, enjoy amazing benefits like Netflix, Apple TV, travel benefits, and more. That right there that goes so far. And that's in an email, but I guarantee if you go into the branches, they also have probably flyers and stuff laying around that's also advertising this. And then if you can see here, it also says Amtel powered by T-Mobile. So it looks like T-Mobile has some kind of partnership with them where they provide networking. So like I said, T-Mobile is not perfect, right? But I think they understand the task at hand. They know they want to grow. They want to take market share in every market. That's how they now compete. They may not have the most stable and best network in some of these small market and rural areas, right? They only compete today in 70%, but they're getting there. And they understand that they have to get that into the consumer's mindset. They have to bridge the gap on the perception. There's still a perception that Verizon is the better network. T-Mobile's trying to close that. And they're trying to do it as smartly as they possibly can. So we're seeing moves like what you're seeing on screen, right? Capitalizing on the local credit unions. And then we're also seeing them do grants for the small market rural areas where they modernize and renovate some buildings and parks that are in these communities. So that's a big deal. That goes a long way. And that sits in the mind of the average consumer. You got to remember, the average consumer doesn't care where the connection comes from. And I think T-Mobile is understanding that the best. They don't care, and I might be exaggerating, but they don't care if the connection comes from a trash can, a toilet, from a light bulb, right? They don't care. As long as the phone works, that's all the average consumer is concerned with. And early on, transitioning from the HSPA to the LTE, T-Mobile didn't do the best job at it. They invested a decent amount, but it wasn't enough, right? They didn't scale enough. They had national advertising, but the network in these smaller parts just wasn't there. And now, like I stated early in the video, they're getting there, right? They know and understand that their network is better today. In the next 12, 18, 24 months, it will be even better than it is today. So they have to capitalize on that now. They can't wait until the network is scaled. They got to capitalize now. They got to get the marketing out there, the messaging. They got to get retail out there. The network, of course, has to go first. They have to build that first. But in some of these areas, we got to be honest, they're still not as extensively built out. They might have a tower or two in that specific area, right? Small market rural area, But then if you travel on, say, highway, 400, I'm just putting out a random number, you're crossing to another town 20 miles out. You may still be roaming on AT&T. That is a strong possibility, but T-Mobile has to get the messaging out there now. They got to change and turn around the perception, and they're doing that now. So keep that in mind also on your purchasing decisions. T-Mobile may not be as built out extensively across the entire area. They may have adequate service in your radius, right? And that's where they're attacking. They're going big. They're going big with FWA. They're selling you home broadband. You got the wireless converged offer. But like I said, if you go see Aunt Susie 20 miles on US Highway 400, you may be roaming. It's a strong possibility. But like I said, that could be native networking in the next 18 to 24 months. The sky's the limit for T-Mobile now. They're a merged company. They're growing their financials. Free cash flow is getting better. They can take this wherever they want. They can compete as aggressively as they possibly want against AT&T and Verizon, which has never been the case. But now Verizon and AT&T will feel that pressure even in the small markets and rural areas. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. Just wanted to share this with you guys. The local credit unions, that's a big deal. I think Sprint did some of that work back in their days. I'm positive, the United States is a huge landmass, has a lot of small market rural areas. I'm sure Verizon and AT&T do some of this too. Although I haven't seen it, but I'm sure they do some of it. But T-Mobile, very effective, right? Their marketing has always been good. And let's call it what it is, right? A lot of the marketing has helped them get to where they are today. It wasn't per se the network, right? The network, it helped that they grew and scaled as much as they did during LTE. But a lot of that came from marketing. And now you got to combine both. You got to still do the marketing as effective as you have been, but you now also have to lead with networking. And that's how you get some of the higher prime customers from Verizon and AT&T. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, follow the social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.